We are going to be creating functions in the views file that retrieve data from our tables. It is the views file that kind of acts like a controller because it manages the data and it passes the data along to a template. And the template is what displays the data. So for those of you familiar with MVC, in Django, a view is like a controller, okay? Because that is where you interface with the database. And it is helpful, especially when you're learning, to execute those database commands in the Django shell. Any command that you're going to run in a function in the view file, you can actually run here. And so it just kind of helps to practice some of these commands before you actually go in and code them up in a view. So if we want to get into the shell, again, virtual environment needs to be active. We should be in our learning log directory, and then we can just key in Python manage shell. And when you see these three little chevrons or angle brackets, you are in the shell. If you want to get out of the shell, you key in exit with a left and a right parenthesis, just like that. But we're going to run through some commands because now we have a topic table and we've got an entry table. And if you're going to be using the shell to practice commands, you have to import those tables. So if I want to retrieve something from topic, first of all, I have to tell it learninglogs.models is the file, and I want to import topic. Okay. Then if I want to display everything, I can say topic.objects.all. So this is a query in Django, and you can see it shows me my topics. And I can do basically the same thing for entry, right? I can go to from learning logs.model, import entry. Let's see. Let me go back up. I must have miskeyed. Models. Much better. Entry.objects.all. Okay, and you can see it's displaying the first 50 characters. Remember how we did that string method? Okay, so that is how it is retrieving it. So what if I wanted to display this differently? You can actually loop through this if you want, but after you retrieve everything, you have to store it in a variable. So I could say E equals, because right now I'm looking at the entry table. E equals entry dot objects dot all. And then this is just a for in. So I'd say for entry in E. And then I got to indent. So I'm going to do 4 spaces, print entry. And then if I press enter again, it'll run. Okay, I can do the same thing with topic. Okay, but I have to go through. Well, let me see if it's still imported. We'll see if that works. We'll do t equal topic dot objects dot all. Yep, it's still imported. So I can do for top int 4 spaces print top and press enter. So when these tables were created, Django created an ID. So if I want, let's say, a specific row, I can retrieve it based on the ID. So I can say, we'll say top equals topic dot objects, and instead of all, I'm going to say get. And now I'm going to set the ID equal to 1 because I know I have 2 of them, right? I got 1 and 2. So if I want to display something that was in that first row, I can just do top dot. And my choices are date added or text because those are the only 2 columns I have. So I could do top dot text and I can do top dot date added. Oops. If I spell it right, right? Yeah, I have an extra D. All right, try it again. There we go. And what if I just want to see the ID? Well, I can just do top.id. Okay, so what if I want to retrieve related data, right? If I wanted to see the entries for topic 1, chess, how do I do that? So I'm calling it top right now. So I've got top dot. I want to see entry underscore set dot all. That will show me all of the entries that are in that entry table that are associated with the ID that I retrieved, right? So I set top equal to everything from ID 1. Now I'm telling it, okay, go into the entry table using that foreign key of ID 1 and retrieve all of the values. And that's what it did. So this is kind of important to understand and play with because when we are in the views, we're going to be creating a function for topic to display, eventually display a summary screen. And we're going to be doing another function for entry to give us a detail screen. Okay, and we're going to be doing very similar queries. Okay, so I have basically the same queries listed here if you want to practice. Okay, I think the only one we didn't really do was this one, but I think you guys will get the hang of it. This is the same thing that we have been doing all along in Python. And the only difference is that now we're interacting with our table that's in a database.